All right, here we are. It is another every other Friday again. It is another movie money mashup. And today we're going to be talking about one of my most favorite movies around, but I want to go over some house cleaning stuff. There are house rules, or I think it's house cleaning. So, how this works is make sure that you're talking to Coach Laura and I and commenting below. We want to hear your questions. You can submit your questions anytime during the video and we'll do our best to answer them live. And if we don't answer them live, put them in there, comment them anyway, and we'd love to answer them in other ways. If you're not following us, you can follow me on Instagram, Coach David 87, and you can follow Laura on Instagram, and hers is Accelerate Your Legacy, because that's what, we're having some fun here, but we definitely want you to do that as well. So what's cool about that is if you are following both of us on those, then you'll be able to vote on the movies that are coming up in the future. And here comes Laura now. And so that's where you can get involved. That's where you can be a part of it, because it's fun to have these movies battle it out with each other. Ooh, I shifted, so I'm gonna move this up. But it's so cool. Hi, Laura.
It's 11:01 and we're both here.
I know. Well, I was just sharing my friend's little house cleaning. Is it house cleaning? Is that what it is? Or house warming, or it's house something.
I don't know what's happening.
House warming. I'm
brand new. They just moved into their house. House warming.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like how they get in touch with us. I shared both of our Instagrams, how they can
housekeeping.
vote.
Yes, housekeeping.
Housekeeping. There it is. I was doing a little housekeeping. It was just, I actually, it's funny. Both Laura and I, we have a bunch of kids. She has more than I do, but yeah, I have two screaming guys right now. And that, it messes me up. And I'm just like, house something. It's house something. All right. Well, I'm so glad you're here too. I'll go ahead and start going over the synopsis for those who may not have watched the movie, and you should. It's pretty good. So this came out in 2007. What were you doing in 2007, Laura?
I'd just gone to college.
Me too.
I was doing something. I don't know.
I was going to community college, Victor Valley College, where everyone in my town growing up said that was the black hole of colleges, that if you went there, you're never going to get out. Yeah, they used to call us desert rats in the high desert where I came from. And it was almost like, do you remember The Last Starfighter?
No.
Oh, we got to
put that on the list. Yeah,
well, I'm putting that on the list. Well, this kid, he's growing up, and he kind of bashes it a little bit. Oh, you just want to shine your pickup and go to community college, Oh, hi, Mom. And so I went there, and what I found, and this is actually for all you kids going to college out there, what I learned from that is how you get out of that is go to the the counselors of where you want to go, not the counselor at the college of where you're at. Because the community college counselor would like you to stay there and pay the money. The university counselor wants you to leave and go to them.
That's really smart, David.
There you go. So for all you college students out there, there you go. So here's the synopsis. This is a Pixar animated film. It follows Remy, a rat with a refined palate and a passion for cooking, living in Paris. Remy dreams of becoming a great chef despite his species, because he's a rat, and society's expectations. He forms an unlikely partnership with Linguini, a garbage boy, I always have to say it just like him in the movie, at a famous restaurant, and helps him rise to culinary fame by controlling his movements from under a chef's hat. Through perseverance, creativity, and integrity, Remy proves that anyone can cook, challenging the norms of both rat world and culinary world. So can I call you out on this, Laura?
Yep.
She said she didn't like this one that much.
It's not my favorite.
Why? What's wrong with you?
It doesn't speak to me in any capacity.
Okay, well, maybe because I feel like there's so many good money lessons from this. So maybe in this conversation, this will help you. You what?
I tried. So you may be taking the lead on this one.
All right. So the first one that I think is super important for human beings is don't let your circumstances define your future.
Yeah, that was mine. That was mine. Gusto. I liked Gusto. Has this line where he goes, "Anyone can cook."
Can you say it like him? You have to do the voice.
No, I can't do it like him. But anybody can cook, okay? So it doesn't matter where you come from. You can learn to budget. You can learn to save. Just because you came from who knows where doesn't mean you can't do it. That was my way to be good at this, David. Take my one.
I'm sorry. Well, we'll just say it's both of ours. We'll just say it's both.
Uh-huh.
But well, I'll tell you, I run into that. I mean, just yesterday, Laura, I was doing a consultation for a possible career client, and I'm talking. I'm like, have you ever felt, like, have you ever felt a pull? Have you ever wanted to try to do something? You're like, what did 10-year-old do? What 10-year-old you want to do? And this guy, he had the hardest time because he had just been in survival mode for so long, and the way he shared it was like, my life has just always been this way, I haven't really had goals, like he got into that voice. It's just why. And
I don't know. Yep.
yeah. And I believe, because I feel like, I wouldn't say my childhood was the worst. Mom, I love you, great. But there were, some challenges, and I had to get past them, and I had to, pay for myself, through college. I had to do it all, by myself and all that. And that was hard. And it took going for it and figuring it out, and that willingness to step out and take that step and do your best with the money that you have.
Yeah. No, that's, and it can be scary when you're trying something new. Like Linguini spent the entire time thinking he was going to get caught. And it can be scary.
Yeah.
To be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But you know what's really, really important? One of the biggest lessons in this whole thing?
What?
You got to get a team and support around you.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of mine.
Okay. All right. We're tracking. We're doing the same thing. And people are like, that's not a money lesson. Yes, it is. I challenge you to spend a whole day where you don't spend any money at all. Yeah. Spend a whole day. Money touches everything, so just go with us, guys. I think collaboration is how you reach great heights. Yeah. No chef in a kitchen is able to do everything by themselves. They have to have waiters, and they have to have dishwashers, and you have to have all of the pieces together.
I thought you were going to start naming off all the different names, because they taught us in the movie.
The sous chef? I got that one.
Yeah, there's the sous.
That's all I got.
I don't remember the
you worked at Red Lobster, so you know. Chef, sous chef, prep cook, wine cook.
But what does a team look like when it comes to money then?
Oh yeah, so when it comes to money, your team looks like you need a financial coach. Hello, my name is Laura Sexton. I'm a money coach. This is Coach David. He is a money coach. You want to have people in your corner that have your best interest at heart, which is why I suggest having a money coach. We aren't trying to sell you anything, so we have unbiased opinions. But you also want to have insurance agents in your pocket that are going to, that's your offense or that's your defense, right? And then you want to play offense, and you want to have an investment professional in your corner that's going to be able to help you grow your money. So offense, defense covered. You want to make sure that you have an estate plan and a will and a trust, and all of these things are so important. Having a team of advisors.
Yeah, which means you got to get a lawyer in there as well.
Oh shoot, yeah, one of those.
And then, even in your home, that's why it's paramount, if you are married, that both of you are a team in it together, and that it's not just on the shoulders of one of you. Because so many folks, it's very easy to just talk with a couple.
Or under your hat.
What?
You said it was on your shoulders. I was like, or under your hat.
Oh, I guess depends on your situation.
Trying to get back to the movie here. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Totally derailed. Sorry.
Well, I talked with a couple, and and it's very easy for it to be so weighted upon one person because they're not working as a team, that sometimes they just find themselves in financial infidelity because they're like, oh, I don't want them to know about this. Let me clean this up before they find out, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. So yeah, there we go. Under your hat. I love it. That was great. And yeah.
No, I was gonna piggyback on that. The number of times I saw a reel this week, which is this new trending thing where it's like, be outside. I have to hide all these Target bags from before your dad gets home. And it's like the car speeding up into the driveway. And she's like, we only have 5 minutes. And I'm like, I don't think we as a society should encourage lying about our spending. Just,
yeah,
we already spend a lot. Maybe we don't lie about it, because then we add shame and guilt on top of what we're already doing. So,
and that's with,
let's not do that. With
any behavior, and which, guess what? That's what happened to Linguini. In this situation, he's in the kitchen. He's not being honest, even though that one dude, oh my gosh, what's that guy's name? What's the bad guy's name?
Oh, the inspector guy. I don't know.
No, not the inspector guy. The mean little short chef.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. The mean little short guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the mean little short guy.
To be fair, I didn't pay a lot of attention the whole time. I tried.
Laura.
I tried. Look, I got lessons. I paid attention to Linguini. I know who Gustavo is. I wrote his name down.
It's Gustav.
I tried. Gusto. Dang. I wrote it down.
But well, he is hunting Linguini, so that causes a ton of stress in his life, and then it all ends up coming out, in the worst circumstance ever. Yeah. Oh, my mom says his name is Skinner? That doesn't make sense. Are you sure, Mom?
Maybe. I don't know. I have all my notifications turned off. I'm missing all of the comments here, guys.
But yeah, so it's super tough. He almost loses everything.
Well, he said it was Skinner too. Look at that.
Oh, there you go. I guess, really? Wow. I don't recall ever hearing his name in the entire movie. I am Skinner.
He's a cute little bad guy. Oh, she Googled it. All right. Well, that'll work. That's a good way to do it. I think your environment matters. So if you're constantly being hunted by a tiny little chef, meaning you're in a place where it just everybody in my town does this and anybody like me does, whatever, that's a good chance, a good opportunity for you to leave a bad environment, to go ahead and notice it and go ahead and leave. Remy is a cute name for a rat, just for the record. Really thrived once he finally got to his environment. When he stayed with the rats, they were happy to just continue to be rats. Yeah. They were like, we live a good life, we eat good food. Why do you want something different? And it's okay to want something different. It's okay to want to grow. It's okay to want to be a part of a different society if you feel like you fit in better. They were happy to be rats, and he's like, no, I want to be a chef. Yeah. That's going up in life. That's a big station change, and it's not easy. And he was really going against everything that he was. Yeah.
And to piggyback on that, let's talk about familial boundaries.
Oh boy, I did not write that one down. Let's go.
I mean, it's right there, Yeah. And even this isn't just family, but this is friends. This is the people who you surround yourself with, who sometimes, we want to think the best of folks, but sometimes they can get jealous. Sometimes they're like, what are you doing? Why are you changing? What's that weird thing you're trying? Is that a cult? And this reminds me, and Mom, this is true. My mom's side of the family, I love them all. But there was a time when my wife and I, we were trying to get out of debt, and we were saying some no to things and working through some stuff. And we're like, we really don't want to do things when they're not in the budget. We're sticking to it, And there was this one time in particular when it was like, okay, we're having 4 birthday parties this Saturday. And because we were such a big family, which I'm so blessed by that, but it was just like, boom, go. And my wife and I, we had to do this a number of times. We're like, man, well, this wasn't in the budget. This isn't what we're doing. We're trying to, we didn't plan for this well, and that's some money. And so we did some handmade cards, and we made some cookies, and it was weird.
I'll take it. Take it. Yes, please. Thank you.
But because, so many folks, they always kind of jump to very extreme, like, oh, if I'm trying to get out of debt, that means nothing. I'm never going to see anybody. Or you can rub some feet, you know, for your
Right.
wife
Yeah.
instead of going on a date. Or like I said, do the cookies and some homemade cards. And sometimes it's actually a little bit more thoughtful, people,
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
know, and your family will think it's weird.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. They're still gonna, well, they're either still gonna love you because they're your family, or they're not going to love you anymore. And then it's a good thing they're not in your life. You're welcome.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, you love me because I bring presents?
Uh-huh.
You know, or they love Remy just because he finds food for them and avoids the poison.
Yes. Oh, which we appreciate, actually. I mean, it's one of those things. So my mother loves to bring gifts. My kids now, when grandma comes over, they're like, what did you bring us? I hate this. Please don't. Like, this makes me sad. Lonnie, your handmade cards are extra special though. So Lonnie's a crafter. Lonnie does
Oh,
really, really fancy crafty things. Um, so I mean, grandma comes over and the kids are like, what'd you bring me? I don't like that. I don't like that that's a thing. So I've asked her, I'm like, hey, can we not give them a gift the first day? Maybe we wait till day 2. Because if you want to give gifts, I don't want to be the person that says my mother can't be bountiful in her gift giving. I think that's fabulous and I love it. But maybe it's just not the first day, right?
yeah.
So the kids don't go, grandma's here, give me something. I want them to be like, grandma's here, and that be the joy. And then the gift be something separate. So I think that sometimes we need to talk about what are those family values. Oh, look, my mommy. Hi, mommy. And it's, yes, because there's so many of them. But they're happy with stickers. They're happy with the small things. And they're happy just to see her because we've started this early enough to be like, we're going to be happy that grandma's here, not happy that grandma gives stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know my mom was watching. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, and I'll tell you on that note, you know, my boys sometimes they'll get, you know, cards in the mail from the grandparents and the great grandparents, and sometimes there's not money in it. Sometimes there has been money for a while, and then there's been some times where like, oh, there's no money in it. And I was like, or it's just such a nice card from your grandparents.
Right. Thank you for thinking of me. Like my mom sends cards to every grandchild, which I think at this point is like 900 grandchildren. And there's a $1 bill in the card. We don't have to get nuts. Like, don't send my kids, you know, more money than that because one, they don't need it, and two, it's a kind gesture and it's thoughtful. And my kids get so excited when there's mail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we need to help the U.S. Post Office. It's kind of floundering. So maybe send more cards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And to get a little real and heavy, you know, just finishing up this point is there are quite a few older folks that are in terrible situations. And I've always told my parents, and I'll say it again, Mom, is I'd much rather you make sure that your finances are good instead of giving us a bunch of gifts.
Yeah.
I would rather you get yourself out of debt so that I don't have to clean up your mess later on in life. You know, when things go right, just practically speaking.
All right. So real time talk, David. How hard is it to have that conversation with your clients?
With my clients, well, I don't recall it ever being that difficult because by the time I'm having that conversation, we've built rapport and I have that equity in there. So I haven't ran into it being that difficult because I kind of, at that point, I kind of get practical. And it really, for me, it connects with starting to talk about them doing it together, as well as making sure that both spouses have the passwords and all the information for everything. Because if the one person that is doing everything and paying all the bills dies, you're up a creek. Right. So it goes in with that conversation and then we keep going. You know, I'm like, how can we kind of get some stress out of your entire journey on this earth? Starting here.
I love that. I have a legacy binder that I have as a free resource on my website. If anybody wants to check it out, accelerateyourlegacy.com/resources. But it's a checklist of all the things that you need to have like that, like a list of passwords and all of the things that you need to have in a place where it's easily accessible for your family members should something happen to you. But also, I have a client that we have had a stressful time because her boundaries have been very loose and we were working on shoring them up.
Ah.
And her mother feels the need to come and guilt trip her for money constantly. And so it's been a very difficult, it's not difficult for me to say, hey, you can't keep living this way, but it's difficult to walk it out and to walk it out together. It's hard.
Yeah. The most on it jogged my memory right now. The most difficult time I've had is a client whose son was kind of irresponsible and kept getting in trouble. And she's in her 70s. She can't afford it all, and she keeps helping him.
Yeah.
But she has no money to help him.
On the flip side, though, I have a client who is nearing 70, and she came to me with $91,000 in debt. Her husband had just passed away. She'd never handled the money before. And now she's completely debt-free. And her son was like, yeah, we're about $10,000 short on our down payment for a house. And she calls me. She's like, I kind of want to loan them the money. I said, no, just give it to him. She goes, oh, I didn't think you were going to let me do that. Yes. Can I just gift it to them? And I was like, yes, please do. Like, don't cause problems. Like, just give it to them and let it go and wash your hands. And she's sitting here going, I didn't think I'd ever be in this place. I didn't think I could ever write a check for $10,000 and just let it go. And I'm like, you have all this money now. Like, that's what it's for. It's for blessing others. So, I mean, we can get to that place. Sometimes it just takes the hard work. Coming back to Remy and Queenie. It takes some hard work, and we have to put in the repetition, and we have to get graded every once in a while. Every once in a while, a food critic's going to come and test us and see how our service is. And then, you know, hopefully you're going to get a really good Michelin star write-up.
Now, it's funny that, you know, with all that, I love it, you know, and it is so much more fun, I'll tell you guys, for us as coaches to get to talk to people about the fun stuff, like when you actually have money and what you can do. And, you know, one thing that I try to help my clients do, and I really, you know, Remy was doing this in the movie. He was envisioning what he wanted his future to look like. So that's what I always try and start with everybody is, let's talk about, what do you want your future? If you wake up in the morning, what do you want to see? What do you want to smell? What do you want to hear? What do you want to feel? You know, how do you want the feeling in your house to be? Because it's not, you know, the finances are a piece of that, and everything else is a piece of the finances. So yeah, so much fun when people are doing that. So, you know, and like you said, you know, we saw Remy and Linguini, even though Linguini actually couldn't cook very well, him and Remy, they practiced a lot, you know, with when we showed doing them all the training, you know, with Remy and her Pat.
I mean, they worked well together. They did.
So do you have any other thoughts? And
no,
are you watching the time?
Because
I totally don't have time in front of me. Are you watching the time? I don't even know.
11:23. We're good.
Okay, good. We're good. So then I have one last really great point.
Good.
You know, talking about legacy and where we want to go, the end of the movie, they open up the Ratatouille restaurant, you know, and it is fantastic. Everybody loves it. It actually reminds me of The Rescuers Down Under. You remember the mice? They're all up.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
I love that movie.
I know. And so going with, you know, where we start with, you know, we want our clients to see motivation in the future. Remy saw that. He saw what he wanted. And that helps having the strength to do this hard training over here, the monthly budgeting, the meal prep, the saying no, the making the handmade cards, unless you're really good at it. All those things. Like I tell my clients, write down what I said, what you want your future to look like, and laminate the darn sucker and put it up on the wall so you and your family can see it. We are going towards that. And that's where they can use it as a filter. Ooh, we need some baby. She's flashing.
She's just being
cute.
She's
so cute.
She's wiggly though.
Yeah, she's getting chubby. I love it.
I know. She's supposed to be asleep. I'm sorry.
So everyone out there, you know, I think one of the big things to take away from this movie is that everybody can cook, right? But you can achieve things no matter where you start. It just takes one step at a time while envisioning what you want your future to look like. And that's so cool. That's such a cool thing about the movie, Laura. You should like it.
I mean, it just, you know, I can't love all of them. I can love most of them. I can't love them all.
Do we want to give a sneak preview of something coming up that I don't like?
Oh, yes, I'm very excited. So David and I are going to a big event at Ramsey Solutions. We're going to this thing called Enrichment. It's for financial coaches. We're going to be there. It's going to be amazing. David, we need to talk about your wife making shirts for the career coaches, because we talked about that when you were.
Oh, yeah, I heard about, yeah.
I got really excited. I had this burst of inspiration because we're going to be doing this live from the event on that Friday, the first Friday in August. And there's a gentleman that works at Ramsey Solutions, and his name is Eddie Cullen. And of course, Eddie Cullen, short for Edward Cullen, which makes everybody that has ever heard of it think of Twilight. So we are going to be doing Twilight. Somebody setting up loves. It's probably my mother. My mother is the biggest Twihard I have ever met in my life. She loves Twilight.
Laura, do you actually have a Team Edward shirt that you're going to wear?
I don't. I wish I did. I have the puzzle. I have all of the books. I have all of the movies. I love Twilight. The books are better than the movies. I'm just really excited. So we're going to be doing that the first, but I think there's one in between.
Yeah, we're going to do one more. So make sure everyone, as we are running out of time now.
Oh, I should probably say,
yeah,
because there's somebody on the team named Edward Cullen, we have been invited him to join us to teach money lessons from Twilight. I finished that loop there. So Eddie Cullen is going to come on with us the first week in August to talk about money lessons that we learned from Twilight.
Woo! I'm so excited. I don't want
great.
to watch it. And like I told you, I think I told you this off air, my wife says, oh, now we have to watch them all because you're starting it. So I really don't want to do that, Laura.
Okay, let me just tell you. They're good.
I've seen them. I saw them all. But back then I was working at Red Lobster, and there always seemed to be some hot girl that all the servers, we would all go out to Twilight after work. And I was like, all right, I'll go just to try and sit next to a hot server girl.
Yeah. That's
back in my
I watched Tombstone for the first time.
All right, everybody. I think we're about it. Are we just about out of time?
Yeah, no, we're there.
Okay. So everyone, make sure that you are commenting. Make sure you follow YouTube channel. And then you have this on your podcast now, right?
Yes. If you guys are listening to the Money and Career Mastery podcast, you will hear this. It comes up every other Monday. I just aired on Monday. I aired the Galaxy Quest episode, which I got to listen to again. Loved everything about it. So it's so good. It's fun that we're going to be having these out there. So if you want to share them with your friends, if you have friends that can't join us live, they can watch the replay on YouTube. If they aren't YouTubers, but they listen to podcasts and in the podcast, that way they're getting it either way, whatever is the best way for them to consume it.
There's no way
we want to
miss
share
us.
These things. We want you guys to be a part of this with us, and we want you to be interactive. If you have questions, comments, concerns, if you have a movie idea, we have one in between. We have one in between this and Twilight. So let us know what you want us to do.
Yeah.
And I think at this point we've proven there's nothing they could possibly throw out there to stump us.
We can't. There's nothing we can't handle. So, and also send your concerns to Laura and your questions to me.
I'll take them.
Okay,
my Benny just got Twister. Ooh,
put him on the list.
Good.
Put him on the list.
All right,
everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you next time.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.